My dear distinguished guest and my Vice Principal, Mr. Naushad, and Academic Coordinator, Mr. Saifuddin, Curriculum Head, Mrs. Leta, all my supervisors, some of the class teacher also join with us, and beloved children. This is our proud privilege to have a webinar like that with the eminent personalities in India. And these webinars we plan for 3 days. You know, for an online platform during this pandemic time, we are compelled, we are constrained to go for this online platform. UAE government has given all the support, and also they are very much concerned about the youth of this country, because tomorrow we are going to have a virtual inspection for e-safe school. See, they are very much concerned. We are also proud and privileged to be here in UAE. My dear children, when you are being online, there are so many unseen and hidden dangers in it. We must handle with care, especially the youth. They are just jump in it, and sometimes you may be stuck up or you may be trapped in it. So this webinar is very much important. So I am very much happy to say a thanking note to the moderator, the Srimati Nidhi Gupta. She is a technology pedagogy expert, and she is moderating today's webinar. And also we have a globally well-known personality, Dr. Seema Negi. She is going to talk to you about staying safe online. And she is a principal of Sanjeevani World School, Mumbai. And she has been a global goodwill ambassador and life coach. We are so privileged to have you, ma'am, with us. My children will be very much privileged and benefited about your talk, with your talk. And another expert with us, Srimati Shivani Sahni. And she is an educational leader. And she is going to give you a very important topic on cyberbullying and tips for safe internet usage. So I don't want to take much of your time. So we all, and with my children, we are eagerly waiting to hear from you, distinguished guests. Now, this time I would like to invite our Vice Principal to have a small note on this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Most respected principal of our school, Mr. S.J. Jacob, and distinguished guests and speakers from India, Ms. Nidhi Gupta, Dr. Seema Negi, Ms. Shivani Sani, Mr. Saurabh Maheshwari, and our academic coordinator, Mr. Saifuddin P. Hamza, curriculum head Leda Anil Kumar, our supervisors, HODs, teachers, beloved children, and distinguished parents. A warm good evening to all of you. I know that this is not a podium or platform for us to talk a lot, because we do have eminent personalities, eminent speakers, experts in this in the area that we have chosen to speak about today. As you all know, that I'll just mention a bit of background of this. I think all of you know that the pandemic has constrained us to go for online education, and more importantly, since we are in UAE is a country which is a hi-fi country, because they'll be focusing more on technology, and also this country is too much concerned about the safety of children when they are interacting online, because they know, because as we are all aware that they are the most vulnerable section of the society. They can easily fall a prey to any sort of inclinations online. So it is the responsibility of all of us to keep them safe while they are interacting online, because we have left with no choice but to go online in teaching, in dissemination of lessons, in interaction, in meetings, for everything. We need to depend solely on online platforms. And that is why we are actually dealing with a platform that has a lot of dips, which can be dangerous, and our children may fall easy prey to all these. So in order to save them from all these, there are experts in this different arenas. They'll be talking about all these, how children can refrain themselves, and they can be safe while using online. So definitely today's webinar is going to be benefited for our children and for us also, because we are also eagerly waiting to listen to all these expert people. And as far as the introduction given by Saifuddin sir and principal says that, we are really proud to share the podium with the eminent global personalities on this, evening. And we are lucky and proud to have all of you for our children. And it's a privilege that you have all, agreed, or you have all received or accepted our invitation to interact with our children. Definitely this is going to be beneficial for our children, and they will try to stay away from online thefts, frauds, and what sorts of danger that is awaiting online. So may God help them interact online safely. And I take this opportunity to wish all the very best for all the speakers. And, I wish this session be a wonderful session, so that all of us are going to be benefited out of this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. I would like to invite our curriculum head, Mrs. Leda Anil, to offer felicitation for this program. Leda ma'am, are we there?
Mrs. Leda, are you here? Hello?
I think she's not there, sir. I think so.
Okay. So, Mr. Saifuddin, we can go ahead. I think he has some problem. And Mrs. Nidhi, we will hand over the mic to you. You can just start the program in your session. Over to Mrs. Nidhi.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay. Am I audible now?
No problem. No problem. Now,
Madam Nidhi, we can go to the program. Before that, I just to take this opportunity to convey our heartfelt gratitude to Orange Publication for giving
I think there's a network issue with Saifuddin, sir.
Yeah, you can start.
Ms. Nidhi, you can carry on, please.
Carry on.
So, good evening, everyone. I am Nidhi Gupta, the editorial manager of Orange Education. And as everybody has already introduced me and the speakers, so I'll just move on a brief summary about Orange Education. I think that is also, as you guys are already using our books, so that is our one product. Orange Education is a leading publisher in the academic division. We publish school textbooks on computer science from grade 1 to grade 12. We also conduct school Olympiads in the name of Orange Global Olympiad. So these are the two basic products that I would like to introduce here. Other than that, I'll just move on to the topic that we are here to speak about. We are talking about e-safety guidelines. As we all are aware, internet, as we all know, is a very important, and these days it is the very wonderful source of knowledge. We all know that. So it is an important tool, but it has a lot of risks and dangers along with it. So today, let's find out what things we need to keep in our mind and let our students be aware of all these things. So we'll start with Seema ma'am. Dr. Seema Negi, I'll just request you to please take this forward and please throw some light on the topic, how to stay safe online. Over to you,
Thank,
ma'am.
thank you, Nidhi. Let me start the screen share so that will go faster. So good evening, everyone. As the esteemed dignitaries who are present here, Jacob sir, Naushad sir, Saifuddin sir, and Nidhi ma'am also, we are speaking about internet, we are speaking about online safety. This is what we were all discussing about. And trust me, when we talk about internet, it's a beautiful world out there. There's everything that you can do. There is so much that you can learn when we talk about internet. Everything is there on your fingertips. So what you have to do is, first of all, be sure you are using your fingertips properly, because that is where everything starts from. You have to know when to click, when not to click. That is what is most important, because your generation, the young generation, who is, as rightly said by sir, is a very vulnerable generation. Sometimes you are so curious that you want to explore many things. Maybe those things that you want to explore are not the right thing at that particular time.
Ma'am,
So
I would
what
like
we
to
will, yes,
interrupt, ma'am, Seema ma'am.
yes,
I just wanted,
yes.
your video is actually, there's some pause in the video. Maybe there's some network issue. Now we can see you. You can carry on.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. So do I need to repeat, or it was clear?
No, we could hear you properly, but your video was
Okay.
paused. So,
Maybe because I'm sharing the screen, sometime it happens. You can see the screen, right?
yeah, we can see the screen, right?
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So what I'll do, to be on safer side, I might switch off my video in between so that there are no signal problems. Okay, so let's go ahead. When I talk about you have to use internet correctly, you know, it is a way to communicate with your friends, family, and during this pandemic time, I think this is the only platform which is keeping us connected. We are socially connected with each other because internet is there. Our schools have gone online, and we have access to everything that we ever wanted. Two things which are very important when we talk about internet: one is your security and other is your safety. Whether it's online mode or offline mode, you know, security and safety are very important. So when I talk about security, we must secure our computers, we must secure our smartphones, we must secure our gadgets. The way we secure our house, similarly we have to secure our gadgets also. Coming to safety, we must act in ways that help protect us against risk. There are many risks when we talk about internet, when we talk about virtual world. So we need to know how to safeguard ourselves. So these are the preventive measure. One is your security and second is your safety. Now, what do you do and how do you go to online? There are various ways to go online. You know, these days world has become a flat surface. Sitting at your home, you can see whatever you want to see everywhere. You use your Gmail, you use Google, you use social media site, you use gaming site. There is nothing that your generation has not explored. You are the digital natives. You know about technology maybe much more than us who are telling you about technology, because you are that generation who has born with technology. We are the generation who have learnt it. So your expertise or your knowledge is immense in this, but what is right, what is wrong, and when to stop is where our generation plays a major role. Now, what do you do online? You visit your virtual worlds, you play multi-user games, you text to each other, instant messaging is there, you post profiles and interact with other in social networking site, you view each other's posts, you view each other's video, you download music, movie, and many more things. You create art, you upload art, and you do research also. Research, as it is one of the 21st century skill. So whenever you do research, do see that you are doing evidence-based research. That's part of academic. We always do everything when we talk about online. Now, coming to the kind of primary threat that you face, the primary threats are like to your computer. You might find that when you are using, you are affected by viruses, worms, torrents, spywares, and to your family or to yourself, you can be a prey for cyberbullying, file sharing abuses, wherein your content is shared without your knowledge and it is used in a inappropriate manner, invasion of your privacy, disturbing content, predators who are keeping an eye on your activities, The threat to your personal information is there are a lot of online frauds and phishing. Then there are hoaxes, identity theft. Somebody poses like you and does something which is inappropriate and wrong. Spam. I will explain you this in detail. Now, when we are talking about computer safety, when I spoke about viruses and worms, this is something which you have to be very careful. Software programs designed to invade your computers and copy, damage, or delete your data. That is what is virus and worms. You might have seen many a time the message comes that your laptop or your smartphone is has detected some virus, or you have to start with your healing program wherein you have to restart, or sometimes you have to download few of the softwares or upload something so that you can safeguard your computer or any other gadget which you are using. Trojans are basically again virus that pretend to be helpful program while destroying your data. So you need to be very careful that it pretends that it is helpful program, but it destroys your data, it damages your computer, and it steals your personal information. So you have to be very careful. Spyware, they are the software that tracks your activity online, and it stores it. Your activities are displayed, and in between you will see whatever activities are there. You will keep on seeing endless advertisements are coming. So that is what your spyware does. Now, when it comes to yourself as you as a person, cyberbullying is one of the things which Shivani ma'am will talk in detail, but this is something most of the children are affected with. Some of the time you are the one who is a part of that you are also bullying others, which is very wrong. And if ever you have done that, please stay away from these things, because these are criminal offenses now. And at the same time, ensure that if somebody is bullying you, you are informing the adult. Next, as I spoke about file share abuse, here unauthorized sharing of your music, video, or any other file which is illegal. If you download it, you will see that there are a lot of virus or other things which are like malicious software which are getting downloaded, and then your system is getting hacked. Disturbing content is suppose if kids explore unsupervised, they come upon a lot of images or information maybe which is not age appropriate for you. So many times if you are using somebody else's gadget, you might come across some of the content which is not age appropriate for you. That is called disturbing content. Predators, as I told you, these are the people who track and use the information what a child is doing. Okay, they track you, they try to find out everything about you, and then they try to persuade you to meet them in person. They are the one who then put you into many other things that we can discuss some other time. But yes, when we talk about online, there are group of people who are predators and who take care of what you are doing, all your activities. Your digital footprints are never ever erased. So be very careful what you are doing digitally. Invasion of privacy, yes, if kids fill out online forms, there are many online forms, surveys, they keep on coming. And if you keep on filling those things and giving your personal information to strangers, then definitely they will get everything that it should not go to them. Like in the offline world, your parents always say that not to speak to strangers or not to give them the information. But sometimes we do the same thing online without knowing that we have just filled some survey or some form wherein our entire information have gone to strangers. Now, when it comes to your safety, what I talk about identity theft. Identity theft is basically a crime where somebody, a con artist or somebody who has all your personal information and has access to everything that you do. So there the major theft of cash or credit takes place. If you are suppose using your parents' credit card sometime, you never know when it can be cloned and it can be used for other things. So be very careful about that. Phishing basically is like when you get online emails are sent to you. These are tricks wherein they will take you to fake website. That's why whenever you go to any website, please check twice whether you are using the right URL or not. Otherwise, these websites look similar to the original one, but they take all your information. There are many hoaxes that you get, you see that a pop-up comes, wow, you have won so many dollars, or you have won a smartphone, or this or that. Please never click on that. Spammer, unwanted email or messages that keeps on coming and keeps on popping up. Please never ever click on that. Everything is on your fingertips, as I started with. So you have to be very careful. Some very, very simple tips which each one of you can follow. Only enter personal information into trusted and secure sites. Always remember that. If you do not know whether the site is secure or not, your parents are there, adults are there, please ask from them. Beware of downloading music, movies, or other files. These are sometimes, they lead to many consequences which later on you regret. So beware what you are downloading. Are you downloading from the right source? That is important. Scan and update antivirus and firewall software often. That is very important, that firewall needs to be there, antivirus needs to be there, your system needs to be updated. So wherever it needs to be updated, do that. I know it takes some time. Sometime when you're doing something very important and the pop-up comes that you need to update your software, please do take out some time and take care of your computer, take care of your gadget. It is like you need to take out time to maintain them. So ensure that you are maintaining your devices. Very simple steps, what I told you. You need to protect your computer, important. Turn on Microsoft Internet Firewall. Firewall is important. It safeguards you. It safeguards your data. You need to have antivirus software, and you need to have anti-spyware software. These are simple things, simple methods to keep yourself away from the danger, because virtual world is full of danger if we are not using it wisely. Social media, something which I really wanted to speak about, because your generation uses social media a lot. When I talk about, if I talk about 2010, by that time, there were not even 1 billion people who were using social media. But if we talk about 2019, there are 2.77 billion people who are on social media. And if we think of 2021, there will be almost 3 billion people who will use social media. So imagine if you are on social media, you're open to billions and billions of people, because social networks are the fastest growing network. But there are certain age restrictions. You need to know the age restriction. So 13 is the minimum one. So here also 13 with parents' permission. You know the kind of social media platform available. I have mentioned few here. There is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, Tumblr, Reddit, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Kik, Foursquare, WeChat, Cake, Flickr, Tinder. There are many. But what to use, how to use, it's up to you. Many of the children who are in their senior classes, one piece of advice, you need to use LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is something which, when you will go for the professional world, your employers will definitely look at your digital footprints, because LinkedIn is no nonsense business kind of platform wherein whatever you upload is something that is sensible. So these are the platforms you can use for your future perspective, and Facebook and Instagram are good to stay connected with your social circle. Simple thing, click clever, click safe. Every time before you click on anything, see to it, are you clicking at the right thing? 3 keys I'm giving you. One is zip it, second is block it, third is flag it. So what do we mean by that? When I say zip it, when you zip something, you close it. So see to it, before revealing any information, whether it's your name, your address, or which school you go to, which clubs you're associated with, which movie you're going to see, which cinema hall you're going, ensure, is it the right place to give the information? If not, just zip it, do not disclose. So here, zip it means do not disclose the information which you think should not go to strangers. Second, block it. If something looks odd, it is probably odd. Block it, delete it from your email so that it will not trouble you in future, or it will, you will not click on it by mistake also. Do not open any attachments from people you don't know. It could be probably a virus which can destroy your system. If anyone sends you a nasty email or messages, please do not again open it. Either you block it or tell it to adult. It's always better. I will repeat it again and again, that please take expert advice. Go and talk to your parents. This applies for all the devices wherein you use internet, whether it's your smartphone or your gaming consoles, your tablet, your iPad, anything. Now, coming to flag it. Now, what do we do when we have to say you have to flag it? That you seem that there's something wrong. This means you have to tell someone whom you trust. I mean, if you find something is wrong, it might be because these things include cyberbullying, or someone is asking you to meet, or anything that is upsetting or worrying you, anything that might be illegal, you have to flag it. These are the various options you can do that. And again, meet someone who can help you. You might have seen these kind of things popping up on your screen. Congratulations, this is your ID, you have won this. You know what is to be done, right? You don't have to click to OK, because these are the possible threats you are exposing yourself to. Quickly, again, basic rule for all the students to keep in mind. This is like a revision. Never give out identifying information to anyone. Never write or post anything that you wouldn't be comfortable with the whole world seeing. Treat others online as you would treat them in person. Be gracious, be grateful, but at the same time, you need to know how much to reveal and what is not to be revealed. Never share your password with anyone. That's the basic key rule. Never share your password with anyone. Never open an email or click on a link from someone you don't know. Never download or click on anything without checking with anyone who is trusted. Either you check it personally or someone who has more experience than you. Children are, when we talk about the virtual world, children are prone to cyberbullying, file sharing abuse, predators, disturbing content, invasion of privacy, identity threat, sexting, which is becoming very common. Here, I would like to tell all the children who are again in senior grade, sometimes it sounds very cool, sharing the pictures which are not inappropriate or using the language which is inappropriate. That is basically sexting. Please be mindful what you are sharing and how you're writing. If you're okay that your parents can see that message and you will not feel embarrassed, that is fine. Otherwise, it is something that you need to really think about. Again, last bit of points, internet usage and virtual world is only common sense. It's only basic common sense. Again, don't click or respond to things that are suspicious. Keep your personal information secure with you only. Read the screen, what is coming on the screen. Be aware of what's happening on your computer. Read the screen and pay attention. Sometimes when we play games, we do not actually bother to read the screen and just click. No, do not do that. So pay attention, ask help, and do your own research. It's always good to do your own research. If you are not able to do it, your family is there. Take help of them, and that is what is more important. You need to be smart. You need to be aware of what is happening, and you need to seek advice. There is nothing wrong in seeking advice. So use internet. That is something which is very good. It's there on your fingertip, whichever way you want to use it, but you need to be wise when you are using it. You know, your generation is basically FOMO generation, fear of missing out. So you want to upload everything on the social media. But from that FOMO generation, now this generation is shifting to something called JOMO generation. That is, sorry, joy of missing out. So some people or some of the adults or the one who are in 11th and 12th, now they are purposely staying away from social media because of the excessive use of that. So from FOMO to JOMO to something called YOLO, that is you only live once. Your generation has given us so many abbreviations to use when it comes to virtual world. But what is important is click smart. If you follow this basic rule of clicking smart, I don't think there is anything that you cannot experience. That is something that you cannot explore. There is everything that you can use when it comes to internet, but only thing that is needed is common sense, using it properly, using it wisely, because the key lies there. Rest everything related to cyberbullying and all, Shivani ma'am is there. She will be explaining you in detail. That's all from my side, Nidhi ma'am. And again, last word of advice, use social media because it helps you stay connected. You can be a part of many communities wherein your academics can be catered, your interest can be catered, but be wise and never ever be afraid of taking assistance or help from your seniors, from your teachers, from your parents. Thank you, Nidhi. Nidhi, you need to unmute yourself. Nidhi, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was really wonderful and very informative. I'm sure our students are learning a lot. And now I'll move on to Shivani ma'am. Shivani ma'am, I request you to please take this forward and tell us and throw some light on cyberbullying, which is a very, very, very dangerous these days. And I'm sure many students are falling prey out of it. So let's help them. I'll just move on to you. And next, first, let's finish about cyberbullying. Then we'll take it forward to the next topic. Over to you, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you so much, Nidhi. Thank you for extending the platform, and thank you, Dr. Seema, for setting up the tone for me. You've touched upon very pertinent points, and I'm going to be taking it from there. And I also wish to thank the educators from Al Amir English School for having us here and talking about such a pertinent topic. And thanks to all the students to giving us a patient hearing. I hope that it is going to be a learning experience for you. So as Dr. Negi has mentioned about certain risks on the risks and threats of being on the virtual space. So of course, as we have risks and threats of physical space, we have similar risks and threats being on a virtual space. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Nidhi, can you please enable me to share my screen? Give me the rights for the same.
Ma'am, you have all the rights already. Let me just check. You should have that right. Just let me find out. You're
Yes.
unable to
Now.
We can see your screen.
Yes, I have now. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, students, I'm sure that you must be aware of what cyberbullying is. I would still take you through the same. So what is cyberbullying meaning? The cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over the digital devices like that of cell phones, computers, and tablets. It can occur through texts and applications, online, on social media, various forums or gaming where people can view, participate, or share the content. It also includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. When we talk about the commonly used cyberbullying methods, we talk about harassment as one of the methods. What happens here is that here there is posting of rumors, threats, or embarrassing information on social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also using of text messaging, instant messaging, and emails to harass, threaten, or embarrass the target. The next one is impersonation, where there is opening of an account with someone else's name and someone else's pictures. This may include catfishing and honey trapping. When we talk about catfishing, it means that there is a person who has created a fake identity, and through that person is getting into a relationship with somebody. So this is what is catfishing is, which is a fake identity and a fake relationship being created. Honey trapping, in this case, what happens is that a person would create, would send good, lovely messages and would create an environment which is comfortable for the victim, and then ask for some personal favors. Even ask for the victim to undress and click pictures in an inappropriate manner, and then they start recording that and then start the extortion process. So children, please be very careful of these incidences. The next can be website creation, where there is viruses or spywares or hacking programs are sent to the victims in order to spy on the victim or control his or her computer remotely. Deep fake video, wherein the original videos are edited, and they are edited in such a way that they really look real and they are being posted. So you also would get confused sometimes whether it is a real one or is it a fake one, or when was it that you actually created that video. Cyber stalking is yet another process wherein there is tracking and following of the victim with an inappropriate intention. This may also lead to the physical damage. Exclusion, where there is deliberately ostracizing someone, which is there are different platforms, social media platforms. However, there can be a group of students or group of people who would not include one particular person and would talk about and hence exclude that person. This would also lead to the depletion of the dignity and self-esteem. The next one could be exposure to inappropriate content. When there are all of these practices happening, we need to be aware that there are legal implications to all of these practices. We need to be refraining ourselves to getting into cyberbullying, not to be a bully yourself, as well as not to get bullied. So the kind of legal implications that are happening, as before touching the legal implications, I'm going to be talking about the digital footprint, and as Dr. Negi also mentioned, that whatever is done on the digital platform, that is getting saved as a digital footprint. So there is nothing like getting deleted. Even if you delete something, that would still stay on the digital platform. So for example, if you're attending a class, like as in right now also in this webinar, there were a few students who were chatting, and one or two students were texting them that please, this is a professional webinar, we are here to learn on this platform, so please stop sending such kind of messages. So all of these things are getting recorded. So while you are attending the online classes, it might so happen that some children get into some kinds of chats which are using inappropriate language, inappropriate words, and that is getting recorded. Even if you delete it, it would get recorded. So your teachers may inform your parents about it, or may take legal actions, which generally they do not. They try and explain you and make you understand. However, that all can be used against you. So please be very, very careful while you are, posting anything on the digital platform. So the digital rules that could be, the legal actions that could be taken against defamation. So wherever you are defaming anybody. It is also against hacking, where someone's password is dishonestly or fraudulently used, impersonating someone, disturbing and sharing, distributing and sharing pictures without somebody's consent, publishing and transmitting obscene content. So all of these acts are having legal implications. When I talk about UAE, the punishments includes imprisonment for a period of not less than 1 year and a fine not less than 50,000 AED. Please understand, students here, one very important thing, that we cannot consider that since we are young, we are children, we will not be punished, or we will not be imprisoned, or we will not be given any fine. All of these acts, these talk about whoever, it doesn't talk about somebody who's a male or somebody who's a female or somebody who is lesser than this age or somebody who's an adult. So it talks about whoever. So please mark my words that whoever includes children of all age group. Yes, of course, they might be taken to the Juvenile Justice Act, but the imprisonment or the fine could be laid on anybody. So please be very, very careful about it. So these are a few points that I wanted to touch upon regarding cyberbullying. There is the next part of my presentation, which is about the tips for safe internet usage. So I would like to check with Ms. Nidhi if I can continue with this right here, or is there anything that you would like to discuss before that I move on to tips for safe internet usage?
Ma'am, you can continue. That's okay, because it's already otherwise also connected. You can continue. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So students, I'm going to be taking you through certain tips to safely use internet. There are certain risks that are involved, as you've already been aware now, that it is communicating with people who you don't know. Ma'am, Mrs. Negi had, Dr. Negi had very clearly, mentioned about a lot of threats and risks, and lack of awareness of data privacy and cybersecurity settings. So I'm going to be sharing with you how we can use the cybersecurity settings to safeguard ourselves. Now, there is one thumb rule. The thumb rule says, first learn the security and privacy features in all social media applications, email applications, and the tools for online classes. Consume appropriate content and good screen time. So you need to be aware of what is appropriate content. Anything which is not defaming anybody, anything which is not body shaming anybody, anything that you can sit and watch with your parents is an appropriate content. Good screen time is referred to your online classes with sufficient breaks. That can be good screen time. Something that is teaching you good values, ethics is again a good screen time. However, sticking to YouTube videos which are not adding value to your knowledge or to your skills is not a good screen time. Enter your online classes with proper name, class, and roll number. Do not click screenshots of the class in progress to create funny memes and obscene messages. Do not spoil your language. Do not abuse anyone or chat. Do not body shame or defame anyone. Learn cyber resilience. Now, what do I mean by cyber resilience is that please do not get attracted to the likes and comments, because this is what is happening. We are sharing all our pictures of our travel and all other things which we feel are important to us, and we must share with our friends and the other social group network. So we keep doing that, and if in case we get lesser number of likes or comments as per our expectations, we start getting feeling dejected. So please do not feel dejected. Refrain yourself from fear of missing out, as ma'am has also mentioned, and attention seeking syndrome. Treat others as you want yourself to be treated. Report obscene messages and block the sender. So the very important thing, as ma'am has mentioned, 3 things: zip up, block, and flag it. So please report obscene messages and block the sender. Regularly check for updates on applications and operating systems, whether you're using a mobile or you're using a laptop. Please keep updating your systems very, very regularly, and the entire operating systems. Install a good antivirus and keep them updated. Install a firewall and turn on ad blockers. So all the pop-up blockers must be turned off. Identity theft, as ma'am also has mentioned. So if someone has your Gmail password, please remember, they can access your entire phone data. So entire phone data means whatever is there on your iCloud, all your pictures, all your locations, wherever you've been traveling. So all of this is under threat. So there are certain measures, the safety measures that you can follow, which are 2 different techniques for Android users as well as for Apple users. So you can protect the identity you use to log in the applications through a double layer protection. Please understand, the password is not the protective tool. The password can be easily cracked. I'm going to be sharing with you certain websites through which, or certain tools through which you can find out how easy it is to crack your password. So you need to set a stronger password. So what you can do is that you need to turn on a 2-step verification for the Android users. You can go to the settings, go to Google, manage your Google account, and then click on to open 2-step verification and turn it on. I repeat, on your phone, whosoever is using an Android phone, go to settings, click on Google, then click on manage your Google account, and click on the open 2-step verification and turn it on. In case you're using Apple phones, turn on the 2-factor authentication. Do it on all platforms. If you think that you've done it once on your phone and you are safe, it might not be true. So please go on to Facebook, Instagram, whatever platforms that you are using. You need to go on each platform individually and add this safety feature. So please use this double layer protection to keep yourself protected. Check how strong your password is and how long it will take for you to get cracked. There's this link that I'm sharing, https://password.kaspersky.com/. You may use this link and put in your password. It would suggest you whether your password is strong enough to continue or you must make it much stronger. Try and keep your passwords as phrases, because it is difficult for hackers to crack phrases than to crack the other passwords. Use a mega drive in place of Google Drive to keep your data from being leaked. Install the extension of RiseUp. RiseUp is a VPN to keep your location and identity anonymous. In case you use this extension, the hackers are not going to be able to track your location and your identity would remain anonymous. Use Brave as the browser than Chrome or Firefox, and DuckDuckGo instead of Google to keep your search private. You may please go and check this after the webinar. You will see that this browser DuckDuckGo is completely equally same as that of Chrome, and you would get all the features as like that of Chrome. Signal app is the best end-to-end encrypted app for chatting. In the end, I would like to say that there are 5 core values of internet, which is responsibility, respect, compassion, resilience, and integrity. So my dear students, I request you all to please follow these 5 core values. Be good netizen, share good content, be safe, because it's your life and you are responsible for your life. It will come once, it has come once, and not a virtual game. It is not a virtual game. So please stay safe by keeping your gadgets safe and yourself safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was very, very informative, ma'am. You have to stop sharing your screen.
Just a second.
So this was really very informative. Even I think, I'm sure many of the students, in fact, all of you must have noted down some very good points that Seema ma'am and Shivani ma'am has mentioned. Even I have noted down many points because we all are learning. So I'll just move on to the QA session. After the QA session, I'll just mention a few questions that some of the attendees have asked. And some of them are really good questions to answer. So I'll just mention, just a second. Yes. So somebody has asked about viruses. How do these viruses get in the files? Is it inserted on purpose? So ma'am, Seema ma'am can answer this maybe.
So it's a good question, and that is what bothers us mostly, that how come the virus has come when we are trying to be as safe as possible. Yes, as we had discussed, and as Shivani ma'am also said, that there are people who are looking at what you are doing. Then there are certain sites which are basically developed so that the virus can be injected. So you need to be very careful what you are clicking. Yes, these are done on purpose to destroy your machine, to hack your data, and then later on it gives rise to something which is illegal and which is not right from legality point of view also, and from the purpose of, I mean, it's kind of data theft, it kind of you are damaging your system, and there are many proceedings which follow. But yes, most of the time these are the sites which you go and click, which brings virus to your computer. It's not that it comes automatically. Somewhere down the line, we are responsible for that.
Thank you, ma'am. I would just like to add on to it. because I think the students are curious to know about it. We all know that viruses are programs. We all know about that they are actually programs. So viruses are definitely created by somebody who can create a program. And the sole purpose is to destroy or hack somebody's data. That's the basic concept of viruses. So I'll move on to the next question. The next question is, what is honey trapping? I would request Shivani ma'am to take this question. What is honey trapping?
So honey trapping is, this is being very latest thing that is happening. Somebody would start sending you messages. You've accepted somebody's friend request, and they would start sending you sweet, nice messages, make you comfortable, fall into their trap, and then they would start giving you some directions. Okay, do this, do that. And the idea of making you comfortable and making you pally is to finally maybe conduct extortion, raise money from you and things like that. So they would put you, once you're so comfortable with them, you've started believing them, you've started trusting them, you would become prey to them, you would become a victim to them, and whatever directions they would keep giving, you would keep following, because you are trusting. You are not thinking that you become vulnerable, and the person is going to be doing some harm to you. So once you start following their directions, they would start recording all of those things, and then they would probably start extorting money from you. They would blackmail you and things like that. So this is what is honey trapping. So being sweet like a honey and then trapping you into it.
Which means we should be very careful from such people.
Yes, absolutely. Please, unless and why unnecessarily, accepting those requests and following their instructions. We need to be very careful about all of these things.
Okay, so next question is, there are actually many of them have asked these questions, and so I'll just maybe ask a common that they want to ask. They're asking that please suggest a trustworthy and safe app or firewall or any other main source that can prevent us from viruses, worms, or any other safety in mobiles and computers both. I think there are many of them, ma'am.
Yes, so there are many of them, like Norton antivirus. There are a lot of McAfee. So there are a lot of them which are available in the market. They're very safe to use. So you can get them installed.
Okay, so last question.
Go for the licensed one. Many of the time we think that we will crack
Yes,
it and use it. So please go for the licensed one if you're really worried about your gadgets.
True.
Yes, because they actually provide the complete safety. The licensed was antiviruses. Okay, so I'll take the last question. It says, how do we know that a site is fake or the site is safe? Maybe I would like to take it. Shall I take it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I just have a suggestion to all of you, especially to the students. There is a very simple tip to find out whether a site is safe or not. If you look at the URL of a site, that is the website address of a site, it is like HTTP. You must have heard about this, HTTPS and then / and then it starts with the main website. So if there is a HTTP and a S, so that S stands for the security feature. If you find a website without that S, HTTP and then directly the website address, it's better not to open that website. That's the basic tip that you can follow.
Nidhi, I'd like to add on one more thing here.
So, ma'am.
What is happening these days is that, in case there is some problem with any application, say, for example, I have something to do with Airtel, and, I would go on the Google thing and I would type Airtel customer care, and there would be a pop-up, a lot of websites that would be there, and I might click on any one of them saying helpline or customer care. So these might be again fake, and they might direct you to a page where you would click and lose your money and things like that. So it is advisable that you go on to Airtel, that particular app, and then open and then do this thing. So it is very important. This is again yet very important thing.
Yes, this basically happens when what you said, Shivani, you will see number of pop-ups, and then when you open, you're going to the wrong site. That is first thing. And we do not see that these websites, when we read it carefully, they are misspelled. They look identical. They look identical. You know that, okay, this is how Airtel looks and it is looking like that. But please, please, and please read it. You will come to know they are misspelled. And that is how you need to find out whether the URL is right or it is not right.
Yes, ma'am.
One last safety tip that I would like to give is that, because these days the technology is becoming obsolete very quickly, and there are new models coming out in the market every now and then for the mobiles and for the laptops. So children, they would keep changing their gadgets every now and then. They want to flaunt that, they want to possess them. So one a very important safety tip is that please, when you are doing away with your previous gadget, previous handset, so then in that case, please do the factory reset if you are selling it to somebody, because there is nothing that would get deleted. In fact, you should not even do the factory resetting. You should keep it with you. But in case you still have to do it, factory reset is supposed to be done for sure. Please make it sure, or else keep your old devices with you. And when you're selling your laptop, please take out the hard disk, keep it with you in a case safely, and you may sell out everything, the RAM, the motherboard, everything, but do keep your hard disk with you.
Because when we talk about internet, there are no digital footprints which can be erased ever. Don't think that if you have deleted the photograph, it's deleted. Anytime when you'll grow up and you will be a known personality, if somebody really wants to track your history, trust me, there's nothing that is deleted.
So thank you so much. This session was really wonderful. I would just like to brief a few points that I have noted down in this session, and some of the points. So maybe the children, those who have just skipped something, or if you want to note it down, please make sure the very first, I think Seema ma'am and Shivani ma'am has been repeating that digital footprints are never erased. That is the basic rule, the thumb rule that we have to learn and keep in mind to be safe online. So you can be in big trouble if you do not follow these rules. We have got to know a lot of new information also, and you must have been reading all these throughout in your books, through your parents, through your teachers, everybody. So I'll just brief up 5 minutes quickly. I'll brief up some points. Firstly, do not click at unknown links. Do not share your personal details like address, name, phone number, location, nothing. Don't upload everything that you want to upload. Think before you upload anything on your personal social websites. Do not open any unknown attachment. It can have viruses. These days, it's very common. If you find something very upsetting, inform your parents. Never share your OTP with anybody. Never share your password with anybody. Install a good antivirus. Follow some good netiquettes. That is the internet etiquette that we call about. Use decent language. Do not type in capitals. Do not ask anybody's personal information. Never post rumors or fake news. Then beware of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, we have got to know a lot of things from Shivani ma'am. That was really very, very important for all of you. Practice safe browsing. Open only known and trusted sites. Be careful what you download. Make online purchase from only trusted websites. They also hack your bank data, and you can be in big trouble. So don't purchase anything from the sites that you are not aware of. Beware of identity theft. That also we have discussed very much of details. Choose strong passwords. Now we even know how to check whether our passwords are strong or not. So follow all these things. Be smart online. That's the point. Be smart online. That's all with today's session. I'll request Mr. Saifuddin to please continue and end this session. Mr. Saifuddin or Mr. Jacob?
Mr. Saifuddin, can you hear me?
I think he's not here.
Okay, Mrs. Ken Erlin, Could you please give a vote of thanks to all our guests, distinguished guests? Over to Ms. Ken. I think she is also may not be there. Vice Principal, please. Sir, I don't know whether am I audible?
Yes, sir, you
Yes.
are audible.
All right.
Let me call Saifuddin, sir.
Saifuddin, no need. Okay.
Yes, he picked up the call. Hello?
No issue, ma'am. No issue. No issue.
My mic off. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, can
Saif-
you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, Saifuddin, you can give the propose the vote of thanks, please.
Sir, actually my mic was off, sir.
Now it's okay. It's okay. Clear.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon, all of you. Actually, the session was very informative, and I have taken some screenshot, and I know all of my students must have benefited out of this session, and a lot of valuable tips shared by the speakers, and it is going to be very useful for them. As Nidhi ma'am pointed out, we should stay smart online. And one thing I want to tell you, my students, digital footprints are never erased. So whatever you do online are getting recorded, and also checking the password. As Frank is one tip is given by Shivani ma'am, and it is going to be very useful. And also, whenever you do something on internet, be careful that it is being recorded, and whatever you leave on internet, it is not going to be erased. It will stay there forever. So be very careful. And I take this opportunity to convey our heartfelt gratitude to the people who gave us such valuable information, especially Dr. Seema ma'am, Shivani ma'am, and moderator Nidhi Gupta. And I also take this opportunity to convey my heartfelt gratitude to Orange Publication for giving us such a wonderful session. And so many questions are being answered here. And if you have any such doubts, I think this video will be available on YouTube. Ma'am, will be available on YouTube now. And I could see that we were online, we were live on Facebook also. Some students asked a question, how can my parents watch it on Facebook? Immediately they shared the Facebook link also. So in such a way, they are giving you, assistance in all the possible ways. Thank you once again. I am conveying my heartfelt gratitude to Orange Publication and all the speakers for giving us such a wonderful insight into e-safety. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And our distinguished guest, we will meet tomorrow also.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Seema ma'am, very, very, very thankful to you for giving
Thank you, sir.
wonderful tips.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
also, whenever you come to the UAE, don't forget to visit Al-Amin School. We are here to receive you.
Definitely.
Okay, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Everybody.
Bye bye.